front of this group, you'll be on your way to be comfortable doing just about anything in life. So once again, I introduce Daniel Kane, 10th grader, Bergen County Academy. Thank you, Daniel.
Like you said, my name is Daniel. I'm a 10th grader at Bergen County Academy. My research topic is about the causes of crime. Many of the root causes of crime can be found in mankind's most basic emotions, such as greed, pride, and envy. Delving deeper into these causes opens a door that leads to many other possible
Daniel,
reasons.
just hold that microphone closer to you.
Okay.
Daniel, I'm going to share this with you. The mayor and I are both hearing deficient. We want to hear every word you'd like to say, so hold that microphone real close to your lips when you talk.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Okay. Delving deeper into these causes opens a door that leads to many other possible reasons that may contribute to crime, ranging from sociological, biological, and economical. Although many proposed arguments can be put up to debate, most of the core reasons can be connected through one way or another. One aspect that many criminals find in common with another is their lack of education. This is also the reason why slums and places with a poor education system fester with crime. Even with governmental services such as food stamps and public housing, the income of a minimum wage household does not provide enough for basic needs. This causes many people to turn to crime as a more profitable and easier alternative to gain money. Additionally, people who lack a good education are more likely to have difficulty gaining a college education, finding and keeping a job, thus leaving them without money, leading many to crime in order to survive. In fact, according to the US Department of Health and Human Services, 20% of children from low-income homes are charged with crimes by the age of 24, compared to 16 from middle-income homes and 12% from high-income families. Many other reasons of crime come from one's environment of their childhood, whether it be their home life or their school life. One of the most critical environmental factors during childhood development is found to be socialization, the way in which a child is taught to act and behave in a society. This relates to when a child learns about the rules and values of society. The lack of proper teaching of socialization leads children to learn from their surroundings and their environment around them. Proper guidance from parents and schools teaches children societal values and leads them down the quote-unquote the right path in life. Without proper guidance, many minors may look to gangs and other criminal activities to gain acceptance and find a place in their environment around them. One thing that I learned from researching the causes of crime was that most causes come from when the criminals are young. Peer influences, the lack of guidance from the home, and hormones all are derived when they are young adolescents. Currently, many minors receive very lenient sentences for crimes committed because they're underage. Ultimately, minors are essentially given a slap on the wrist. This brings the question: do they really learn from such light repercussions for their actions? I believe that these sentences for minors allow crimes to become habit. A possible solution that may help make amends is for there to be punishments that have more weight to them, thus making the repercussions of committing crimes more effective. This would make so that minors would learn from their mistakes, thus keeping them from leading a life of crime when they are adults. Many criminals are repeat offenders. In fact, 40% of freed criminals are susceptible to return to prison within 3 years. Rather than focusing on rehab and reformation of convicts, jails and prisons seem to be more fixated on punishments rather than rehab. The justice system fails to properly reform criminals and to discourage crime. Additionally, the justice system limits past criminals and does not seem to allow past convicts to have a proper place in society. Having a criminal record makes getting a job incredibly hard, thus shaping crime to be a legitimate alternative to those who have already committed crimes. If the purpose of incarceration changes from punishment to reform, crime rates will almost certainly decrease. Ultimately, crime will always exist. There is no way to completely eradicate crime in society, but there are ways to reduce crime. The first step is to educate. To educate the young children who don't know what is right from wrong, to convicts who already did horrible crimes. In addition to education, there needs to be a proper way for criminals to be reintegrated into society. If 40% of criminals will be repeat offenders, exists, there must be a solution to combat it. For example, gaining credibility through jobs such as government-funded programs. Thank you.
Daniel, that's amazing. It had to take you many weeks, or if not months, to prepare for this. This is an exciting presentation you just gave, and I'm going to give you a hint. Save it, because you could probably use it for a college term paper. That's how great that report was. So thank you very much, Daniel. Anybody have any questions for Daniel? Daniel's a 10th grader. If his parents are not here, are they? They are? Where are they? You better save money, because he's going to be attending some prestigious university. It's going to cost probably a couple $100,000 over the course of his next 4 to 8 years. God bless you, Daniel. Great job. Okay, our second presenter is a Riverdale High School 11th grader. And I may not pronounce the first name right, but it's Inyuk Wang. Inyuk, did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay, if you would take the podium and give us your presentation, we appreciate it.
Hello.
Hi, I'm a Riverdale student, a junior. I'm honored to be here, and for the River Edge mayor and the chief to be here, and I'm honored to present. And yeah, so what I researched upon was cyberbullying and cyber crimes, and my title is, should the use of social media be terminated? So cyberbullying is the use of online communication to bully a person, typically by sending a message or intimidating or threatening nature. And cybercrime those two have now skyrocketed as the use of development and technology has exponentially grew from the time the first computer came out in 1946 and the first flip phone came out in 1996. And now we have 2 billion of people who are using smartphones. And as our technology evolves, cyber crimes have also raised in power. It is hard to see it is hard to see news without finding a story about cyber crimes these days. And these cyber criminals are shutting down legitimate websites, hacking into databases, and compromising individual identities. As of now, crime-fighting organizations lack the resources to keep up with these kinds of cyber crimes. And IC3's Internet Crime Complaint Center have received 290,000 complaints about cyber crimes in 2012, involving more than $545 million losses. And according to the FBI, this number is only 10% of the world's cybercrime activity. Within these cybercrime, one of the major differences in the real world crimes are criminals are in a physical proximity to the victim. But for the cybercrimes, there is no proximity, therefore causing a problem in the jurisdiction and requiring significantly more evidence and resources to be proven guilty. Also, cybercriminal scale is quite large, so a single hacker can attack hundreds of computers at the same time. And cybercrimes is divided into 3 categories. Crimes where a computer is a subject, such as hacking, malware, cracking. Crime where a computer is a tool, such as identity theft, child pornography, stalking, and forgery. Crimes where a computer is used but not in the main reason for the crime, such as researching how to make bombs, how to communicate with criminal partners, and writing blackmails as a threat. And one way to prevent these kind of motives is by by the idea of terminating social media increases in popularity is cyberbullying. According to the Journal of Adolescent Health, it is found that cyberbullying victims are more likely to become depressed compared to the traditional bullying. With the traditional bullying, there is usually an imbalance of power, but one doesn't have to be powerful to be a bully on the internet. According to the American Counseling Association, about 40% of cyberbullying just do this activity for fun, with no particular motive. Because of the idea and because of these ideas and victims are not in the physical proximity of these crimes, the urgency of reporting goes away. And the way to deal with these kinds of cyberbullying should be more publicly known, such as through school programs like other parentings or like informative speeches and stuff. Um, Dealing with these kinds of cyberbullying may be annoying, but there are some other ways of preventing these things by just simply doing like blocking the person in social media platform or just blocking it in your digital device. Checking privacy settings in your personal information. Privacy setting if any of your personal information are leaking out. Deactivating your account sometimes, and these further decreases the chance that you will collide with the cyberbullying. Um, one of the one can report that the law enforcement is a threat of violence, child pornography, or sending sexual explicit messages or photos. Taking photos of videos of someone in a place where he or she is would be expecting privacy, or stalking and hate crime. These can be all just reported in. Because if these events are taking place online, keeping evidence is a key, such as recording dates, times, description of the cyberbullying, screenshot of the emails and text messages can be all used as evidence. In the survey of Cyberbullying Research Center, 94% of school resource officers and 82% of traditional police officers said that cyberbullying incidents are serious and merit police responses. Obviously, there are some times where things they have to get involved, including like situation where physical threat or ongoing harassment. Although that cyberbullying is a minor section in law enforcement, I feel like that it should be more heavily forced upon as everyone is getting attached to technology. One can cope with this cyberbullying is rather than putting a cyberbully in jail, blocking the internet will be more effective to the bully. Same goes with hackers. With cyberbullying rate going up, cybercrime rate going up, the quick efficiency of the law enforcement is necessary. The common response to deal with these kind of situations will be training up local police forces to educate about how to battle online crimes. For example, LA Country Sheriff Department and the Los Angeles Police Department sent dozens of detectives into new computer science program offered by University of Southern California to learn how to deal with cyber crimes. Another way to solve these cyber crimes would be to hire those who have the technological capacity to detect such codes that is related to malware software, identity theft, hacking, and more. So without actually just completely shutting off the social media, little by little, we can make America safe again through educating the public. Yeah, thank you.
In New York, that was amazing as well. And I can tell you that there's been an ever-increasing proliferation of cyberbullying going on, especially in the school setting. And by New Jersey law, we're required to investigate. The schools are required to investigate. So it's important for young students like you to bring that out to the environment that you're in. Because it's, law enforcement, we can enforce it, the school officials are supposed to enforce it. But in reality, we need to teach younger children, especially the students in the environments, that, you need to respect one another. And I think that's what your project led to. So you did a great job. Anybody have any questions for Inuk?
With regard to the cyberbullying, do you feel that the children your age are comfortable reporting it when they're subject to it? And how can you convince them to do that and not be embarrassed or afraid to report if someone is doing that to them?
What I think is no one would be ever comfortable sharing these kind of things because they're publicly embarrassed and like all their information is stolen away. But in order to keep them safe, I feel like they should take that step
we need to work on ways where maybe they can anonymously report it or
Right.
encourage them.
Maybe like communication through like school or like counseling or yeah.
Thank you.
Especially for younger students, you know, in our days, I'm not saying we're old, but in our days, cell phones, computers, email, texting, it was never part of that, never part of our life as a young student. In your days, that's all you know. That's all you know is an email, a picture, a text. And you gotta understand this, what you send in that email, that text, or that photo, it lasts forever and it winds up multiplied across the whole world, not just here in your town or here in your county or state, the whole world. So be very, very careful how you expose yourself on the internet, things that you say and do, because you may regret that word or that picture or whatever you're doing out there. Not to say you are, but just understand that it's very, very important to keep your information as close to you and private as possible. So you did a great job. Thank you very much. And your parents too need to start saving their money. Thank you. Great job. Okay, next we'll hear from Kevin's son. Kevin's son is a 12th grader. So in Palisades Park, which is a community here in Bergen County, which has got the highest percentage of Korean American, not only in New Jersey, but I think it's even nationwide with the percentage of people in the whole town being of Korean descent. So Kevin, as I introduce you, I'm going to understand you're a 12th grader. That means you'll be graduating like in a month.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
You have college on your mind and it's already chosen?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, if you also would take the microphone and hold it close to your lips so hearing division mayor and I can hear you, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Like Daniel, I also wrote my paper on why people commit crimes and like a few ways to prevent them. There are actually many theories on why people commit crimes, and they like changed as the years change. But a few of them are the classical theory. This is where the individual acts on their free will to commit the crime. There is also the biological theory, which tells that their behavior actually is considered by their genetics. Like I'll pass that. There's also the sociological theory, where the crime is determined by the individual's social environment. And then there is also interaction theory. This is where the association of other criminals determine their wrongdoings. From all those many theories, there are four lists that they all go into. It's biological, psychological, social, and economical. So some people commit crimes for fun because as they do it, their adrenaline like goes up, and this is mostly for men. Some also like to take risks because they have something known as the special snowflake syndrome. This is where one understands the risk of a life crime, but they think they can defeat the odds because they've never been caught, so they just keep continuing to do the crime. Someone with little self-control can also commit crimes. Those who can't keep their emotion right. An example can be where a drunk driver kills a child, then the father or mother, instead of wanting the drunk driver to go to jail instead of time, they might just want the person to be killed. Just like, I guess, how their child was. There's also psychological issues where the person wants to act out or also challenge the authority, thinking that they're right and the government and law is wrong. there's also the bad impulse of control, where they don't even think of the consequences that they cause, but just do it. There's also where when you're a child, you get no support from your family, peers, mentors, or just people around you in general. So they will want to gain attention from anyone, so they could commit crimes. There's also the necessity of people where they need to steal for food, clothing, and shelter because they are poor. Some people who have no education might think committing crimes like stealing might be better than working in a fast food restaurant, and it might be the easier way to get rich and live an easy life and a better one. Some people are even ignorant that because they don't even know the law, and they think even if they do get caught, it's only gonna be their first offense, so it won't be as bad as everyone else's. Well, these are just the basic info, but then everyone's situation differs. So, some ways to prevent or even reduce crime might be to teach the young people, like when they're, I guess, or young people usually learn from their mistakes so they don't continue to commit crimes. If not, they can get help and guidance from their peers, parents, psychiatrists. Parents' behaviors also have a powerful influence on the child because that's who they are with every day. Social conditions which create the conditions for crime need to be addressed. Better housing, better employment opportunities, and more equal of a society might help because this will make the crime less of an attraction because the people will actually be content with life and be less motivated to break the law. And this completes my presentation.
Great job, Kevin. Don't go way too fast. We want to maybe open it up for participation of the audience. Is there any questions or comments about Kevin's presentation? Kevin, one of the statements you made is that young people, or really everybody, can learn by mistakes, and that's an important obstacle we all need to know we can get over. Not everybody is perfect. Sometimes we make mistakes, and we need to rebound from those mistakes, but more importantly, learn from them. So one comment you made did stick in my mind, and I appreciate all the hard work and effort you did to put the presentation together. And once again, you are a graduating senior, so college should be already lined up for you. And which university is it?
William Patterson.
Nice, I wish you all the best. Hopefully we'll get some scholarship money and take it easy on your parents, but if not, you'll be paying us back for many years to come.
Thank you.
Kevin, God bless you, thank you. Okay, Jonathan, where's Jonathan? Jonathan and his dad, right, travel each and every month at our meeting from upstate in Connecticut, from here it's upstate, I guess. And they come here because they enjoy not only the friendship this organization brings, but the networking opportunity. So Jonathan is an 11th grader of the Cromwell High School in Connecticut. Jonathan, welcome.
Hello. For some of you that don't know me, my name is Jonathan O. I'm a junior. I'm 17 years old and I go to Cromwell High School, about two hours away from here. And I was actually going to talk about what I'm currently researching for my third essay, but I realized it would be more important to explain how I got to where I am now in my goal in life. To start things off, I would like to thank my dad and Mr. Song for giving me this great opportunity to come to this program here with great hardworking students and learn more about law enforcement. And also, I'd like to thank you all for coming out. I want you guys to understand that I look up to you. And the way you guys talk about what you're doing in life motivates me to help people, but at the same time to be a better person. To be honest, at first I did not want to be here. My dad talked to me about this program, and I thought it would be boring and a waste of time because I was interested in law enforcement. And at that time, I was interested in business and someday having my own. My dad told me to think about it, and after a couple of days, I decided to go and check it out. I decided to go because I felt like at some point in my life I might regret not taking this opportunity. And second, I was curious on what kind of environment I would be in. The first day I came to this program, I was nervous to meet everyone and speak with the FBI officers and police detectives. Because when I get nervous, I tend to stutter a lot, and I thought that all of you wouldn't get the first impression of me. To be honest, the first day was amazing. I really enjoyed the FBI agents and police officers' explanation about their jobs, and I was really motivated to come back again. The second time I came was great as well. I got to share a short summary of what I was researching for my first paper, and I had the opportunity to share my thoughts with and meet more people. Surprisingly, through this experience, I changed my goal and plan for the future. I have decided to either join the U.S. Army or work my way to become a police officer for my local county. I decided to change my goal because there really is nothing greater than having a future and protecting and helping those around me. My goal in life is to make my parents proud and to be able to make positive and lasting differences in our communities. But most importantly, to do everything for the glory of God. As I look towards my future and try to figure out things step by step, I'm so thankful for the people I've met through this program and the connections that I've been able to make with people who have inspired me to pursue a future in law enforcement as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan. It is true what you said, all of it, but most importantly, what you said about making your parents proud. You got to understand that the role of any parent is to be proud of their child, and what you are doing now, and what you have done, and what you will continue to do the rest of your life makes them proud. So we thank you for your participation in our program.